Hello there, sports fans, and happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of the Ocean Star Sports Show. I'm your host, sports reporter Dominic Polio. I have two highlights for you from this week, both extremely intense games that came down to the very last minute, the very last inning, technically, extra innings. And that's where I bring you the first highlight. Point Beach softball hosted Keansburg on Monday in a game that was decided in extra innings. It was intense from start to finish. It was close from start to finish. So, check out the highlight and see how it all played out. It would be extra innings that decided Point Beach softball's fate when they hosted Keansburg on Monday. The game was close from start to finish, but it was the Titans who edged the Gulls in the ninth inning 4-3. The game was tied at 0, and in the fifth inning was where Keansburg came closest to their first score. But with runners in scoring position and no outs, it was Kylie Kells who came to the rescue for Beach. She secured the first out on a grounder and then struck out two batters to keep the game scoreless. In the bottom of the inning, Beach had a chance to score with Ashley Kelly on base, but came up empty-handed. The first run of the game was then scored in the sixth by Keansburg in an unfortunate play by the Gulls. On an infield grounder, Michaela Hughes tried to save a run, but her throw drifted high. Beach was able to respond with the tying run in the bottom of the inning. Sarah Scott got things started with an extra base hit after Keansburg missed their throw to first. Then it was Teresa Holst two batters later with a shallow fly just out of reach of Keansburg's left fielder. Scott scored and the game was tied at 1, eventually going to extra innings. Play was physical as evidenced by Kells taking one for the team here in the 8th. That play was the first out of the side and Kells was right back up on the mound. The game stayed tied up until the 9th inning when the Titans put together a 3-run rally with 2 outs. A miscommunication on a pop fly provided Keansburg with their first score, and the second run came on an uncharacteristic passing around of the softball from the Gulls. One more run scored on a hit to right field before Scott closed out the inning with a throw from third to first. The Gulls mustered their own rally in the bottom of the inning, starting with a booming triple from Jillian Lamb. Lamb then scored on a hit from Katie Renaro that skipped over third base. A ground out moved Renaro into scoring position, and Hannah Nagy hit her home with one down the third base line. Nagy made it to third on Keansburg's attempt at throwing out Renaro at home. Kells then hit a grounder but could not beat the throw, and it kept Nagy rooted at third. The final out was a strikeout, and the Titans went home with the 1-run victory in extra innings. Well, it doesn't get any better than that when it comes to a close game, especially in extra innings. But sometimes mistakes can get the best of you. The next highlight I'm going to bring you is Point Borough Boys Lacrosse. They hosted Marlboro on senior night Monday. This, too, was an intense game that had everybody on the edge of their seats. So, if you want to see what happened, stick around for the highlight. It was a close battle in Monday's senior night game, but the Point Borough Boys Lacrosse team came up 1 goal short, losing to Marlboro 4-3. The game was intense and fast-paced, and we'll jump into the third quarter here with the two teams tied at 1. It was Tanner Gordon who gave the Panthers a brief lead with a long-distance strike. Kyla Rossi assisted on the score, but Marlboro came up with an answer soon after. They hit this goal also from a ways out to tie the game. The Mustangs then acquired the lead on another laser of a shot that Parker Ronson could not get in front of. The third quarter was about to come to a close, but Rossi was looking for another score. He takes it by himself and rips a high bouncing shot that Marlboro's goalie could not get a body on. Again, the game was tied, and the game moved into the fourth quarter 3-3. But only 51 seconds in and up one man, Marlboro hit their own bouncer to take the 1-goal lead. The Panthers had a handful of chances to knot the game up, but Marlboro's goalie played a fantastic last leg. He saved shot after shot to keep Borough at bay as the clock finally wound down to 0, cementing the 4-3 loss. This close to scoring another goal to tie the game. Maybe some overtime, maybe a game winner. You never know how it plays out. But unfortunately, Borough could not get on top of Marlboro's goalie late in the game. So those are the only two highlights I have for you for this week. But as you know, there is always more in the Ocean Star newspaper. So make sure you pick up today's copy of the Ocean Star. That is Friday the 13th, 2016, and you give that sports section a good read. You can follow me on Twitter at Dom Polio. That's at DOMPOLLIO. And once again, I'd love to thank you guys for checking out the show. I'll be back next week with more highlights. Keep your fingers crossed. We're going to get some real nice weather this week. And then I'll see you again next Friday. Reporting for Star News Group, I'm Dominic Polio, wishing you a happy weekend.